We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that lands in the end zone, so the opening drive will begin at the 25. Jones, first carry for the USC man. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Brady. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brooks Reed just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Third down. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Brady and the Buccaneers here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefit.
Gronkowski's gonna go. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play, Brady to Gronkowski, 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Their own 25-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That's Shaq Barrett, last year's sack leader, gets in there to register another one.
I
think it's overstating it to say that he came out of nowhere, but did anyone see 19.5 sacks coming from Shaq Barrett last year? And even after he became an acknowledged guy that you had to block, he still was able to get to the quarterback. Expects to continue on that level, and there he is.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. KJ Hamler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
14. Buccaneers 6.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Made by AJ.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Tampa Bay. That's the
2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brought down by Michael.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On third down, here's Jones. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
Ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Phillip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball out of the backfield.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Buccaneers 7-yard line.
Now to the air, Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Broncos 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Throw outside by Locke. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
A gain of a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Melvin Gordon.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
And 7.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming, baby. 45, Mike, 45. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 45, Ready.
From the gun, it's Locke going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Buccaneers.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. That throw by Brady incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First down, Buccaneers.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was looking for Gronk that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by the rookie Michael O.J. Mudia. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
28. Buccaneers 6.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't let you go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Hamler now on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Second and 11 now. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw it is Locke. And that will be incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 12 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On first down, it's Jones. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
1 yard.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
First down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up first and 10. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 40. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 30, past the 20.
Ooh, he's running.
And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
The stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
The tackle made.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
No gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Vaughn.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Again, it's Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home from Bronco score. Philip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos continue to pour it on.
Makes the score.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
I got you. 45.
And they take a knee.
Brady on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
No, possession's on. Possession's on.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 13-yard line.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
Check tight. Check tight. Right there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
The 17-yard line.
Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Block on the give. It's Lindsey. He's got a 1st down past the 30. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take up